Pro Schmo community, we're going through this 5 minutes. I have my notes here, rough drafts. And I'm not synthesizing it for a video. I'm going right down the middle with my notes. Things I guarantee you have not heard, as always. That's what makes us Pro Schmo, the one and only. So, Markel Medeiros versus Austin Hubbard, the wrestler. I understand Markel is a striker, but listen, he's tall, very tall. All right. Austin Hubbard may be about the same height, but the frame is on Markel to be the adequate featherweight, where Austin Hubbard, man, has fluctuated divisions like you have no idea, man. This guy's got to move up a division. This is crazy. Medeiros is tall. He's been at Factory X since he was 19. He's with the MMA lab and Factory X. Strikes incredibly. Good takedown defense. The timing is devastating on his opponents. And I do understand that he does lack power. But again, the timing is devastating. If the UFC has signed him, it's for that reason. And his forward pressure. This guy's a dog, man. His cardio is very good. And it's proven great against grapplers and wrestlers alike. All right, they cut this guy, Landon Quinones, who he fought. And wow, how many takedowns did that guy attempt? Guy's got good boxing, very strong. And Markel Medeiros rightfully won that fight. All right, so he's defeated strong grapplers through the years, and he has a magical knee. He could finish Hubbard when he dives, for that takedown, or he holds onto a knee like everybody does when you get clipped or when your cardio has finally suffered enough through the rounds. So we have Markel Medeiros on the money line. Moving on, Jamal Emmers, Gabriel Miranda. This is the guy that defeated Corey Sandhagen at the LFA. If you didn't know that, I'm letting you know now. Corey Sandhagen, about 4 years younger than Jamal Emmers, faces off LFA and wins. Of course, Jamal Emmers is a featherweight. That was a featherweight fight. Corey Sandhagen was a bantamweight, young prospect. How's he winning that fight? All right, Jamal Emmers has a good strength of schedule. He has had fights and decisions not go his way. And I don't know if that's because of the injuries as he's fought through, the inactivity. So maybe the UFC matchmakers were not too fond or did not find too much favor with him. But so far, so good, man. This guy is doing very well. He's got 20 wins, okay? And now he's facing Gabriel Miranda, a strong grappler. So, we got notes here, all right? Hubbard, very strong round one, strong as hell. I forgot to mention that. Yes, he's got a very strong round one. Slows down in round 2 and 3. A strong wrestler, but stuffed one too many times, absorbs too many hits, was cut and re-signed by the UFC. Very big for the weight class. Okay, yeah, we talked about Hubbard, but here we go. Jamal Emmers, Gabriel Miranda. Last fight, all right, for both of these guys. This is the last fight on their contract. All right, strong round one, man. Jamal Emmers is a strong round one. He can finish you in the first round. It's why he makes a name for himself, all right? He wrestles, he grapples, he's a striker, but he has poor defense. All that offense that he has found its way into the octagon with Thiago Santos, with Thiago Moises, and then Jamal Emmers loses by strikes, all right? Sabatini by sub, all right? It was a heel hook. It was wild, and so on and so forth. All right, folks, I think Gabriel Miranda has a shot here if it goes into the second and third round, and I think he'll potentially grapple with Jamal, and we'll see, man. I know Jamal Emmers is going to want to go for that leg lock, and Gabriel Miranda is going to want to take Jamal Emmers' back. So, yeah, it's either Jamal Emmers, round 1, KO, which I think is very unlikely. Again, this is the last fight on their contract, and Gabriel Miranda was caught. It was a cross or a right hook that took him out while he was spinning. He didn't expect that from Morgan Charrier. I'm saying Morgan Charrier is game for sure, but I don't even think Morgan Charrier saw that coming. Well, I should say Gabriel Miranda actually underestimated Charrier. So Gabriel's got good hands, man, for someone who grapples. We have Rafa Garcia, Vince Pichel. There's a lot to say about this fight. You guys, I guarantee you, are all betting Rafa Garcia, huh? I guarantee you. So, Vince Pichel, very respected by his training partners at Factory X. His height and reach, elbow strikes help him win big fights. Big fights. Training at altitude, Colorado now. Colorado for about 2-3 years. He moved, I think, back in 2021 Rafa Garcia is not a 155 pounder. You have Clay Guida, who is taller than him by an inch, about an inch, folks. All right, I think this guy is too small. And although he has good boxing, what good is it? What good are your combinations? What good is in and out? What good is your movement if you gas out, right? So if he gets stuffed here, it's over. It's Vince Pichel on the money line. All right, let's go. Next fight on the prelim, Julia Pilastri, Lupi Godinez. What a great Thai boxer in Julia Pilastri. I think that the matchmakers and the scorecards, the judges, everything will favor Lupi Godinez, the audience, so on and so forth. So even though Lupi may get touched up a lot here, and she's going to get blocked because Julia Pilastri's got this Dracula guard that Thai boxers use. And I think it does very well against boxers, especially against boxers who can't employ a high kick, because not only does Julia guard that way, but she also leans in, kind of like Kamaru Usman. And, she's not getting caught. Also, something that's exploitable with Julia is if Lupi's timing on the takedown is right, then game over. She's winning around there. So, but I think Julia Pilastri is going to win on the scorecards by points. But, something's going to get etched out there. And Lupi Godinez, Mexico City for the win. All right, next fight. Let's see. We have, what else we got? Mezekil Costa, Christian Rodriguez. This is appalling. The whole world has Mezekil Costa as the underdog of this week. The guy has only now started developing volume upstairs. I don't even think he's thrown a combination in rather 2 of his 5 fights in the UFC. When he first debuted, all he was doing was trying to open the guard on his opponent by striking with his limbs, man, his lower body. That's it. That's all he had. That's all he had. That's why he was getting knocked out and all. Christian Rodriguez, man, heavy-handed puncher. What a right hand. This guy has everything you could possibly want. If he extends that striking, he can get you taken down. If he's on his back, he's got, he works submissions. He'll scramble back to his feet and so on and so forth. So I like Christian Rodriguez here on the money line. We've broke a video here on this channel. If you want more about how this fight could potentially play out, looking at their strength of schedule as well, seeing how Christian Rodriguez lost his fight because he was gassed out, who wouldn't be, in Colorado. How many upsets have we had in Colorado, from people losing oxygen? All right, no oxygen to the head. And, come on, Juicy J is game, folks. You know who he is? Go look up on Tapology who he's fought. Exactly. That's what I thought. Mezekil Costa, the underdog of the week. You out of your damn mind. All right, and we're going to go on with Ateba Abega Jose Medina. So this is an incredible favorite. Everybody looking to bet against Jose Medina, who is durable. You don't want to be known for being durable. I'd like to see some body work. Jose Medina maybe clinch work against his opponent, whereas his opponent will be throwing overhands and so on and so forth, with all that power. Will this fight go the distance? I'll take the over. Actually, I'll take the over because this guy knows Jose Medina is very, very much durable. Edgar Chairez, what a striker, what a grappler. This guy's credentialed in all forms of MMA, very well polished in the last 3 years. That fight with Tatsuro Taira, never forget it. Tatsuro Taira will be champion. CJ Vergara, he's a good boxer, very predictable. He'll get a combination offer too. He's getting countered. Edgar Chairez is large. He's strong. He's everything that CJ's footwork won't be able to keep up with, man. He's getting caught in there, and that's all she wrote. All right, so Edgar Chairez on the money line. Let's see what else we got. Main card predictions now. Let's go to the main card predictions. Ronaldo Rodriguez, man, I thought he would lose his fight with Ode Osborne, the math teacher, right? Kevin Boras is game. Both these guys, Rodriguez is a grappler. Kevin Boras is he's got great kickboxing. Here's the thing, though, folks. Kevin could certainly win this fight, but Ronaldo's a dog, man. He's dying in there, whereas Kevin won't. That's just the story. The Peruvian fighter will not. That's all. If you like James Yontop, they're all out of the same gym. They're all friends. Claudio Puelles or the grappler, they're all good buddies. Ronaldo is a bit undersized here. Don't get me wrong. Kevin could just beat him up. He could beat him to a pulp and win by decision. I'll take the over on this, or Ronaldo Rodriguez on the money line, man. Even though I like Kevin Boras, man, believe it or not, I bet him against Joshua Van. Wasn't that crazy? David Martinez, man, could this be the parlay buster of the card? Simon Oliveira, man, he's got good grappling. I'd like to say no. You may want to tape this fight and draw your own conclusions, because there could be some holes in David's game, man. I don't think his footwork is there. And I think people are going to confuse him for a guy like, who was this? Kevin Villegas. And he's not that, man. Who's his sibling, relative to, that's signed to the UFC? This guy, David Martinez. He's got a kickboxer in his sister who's never left the gym in Mexico. It'll be a damn shame if this is the parlay buster, man. It's always a Brazilian, folks. It's always a Brazilian. All right, moving on. Kevin Gastelum, Joseph Pfeiffer. Listen, I would not bet this, even with your money. I wouldn't bet this fight with your money. I like Kevin Gastelum, don't get me wrong. The guy has a personality incredible, but he has proven time and time again that he's more so, his work ethic is more synthesized in a Bellator schedule, a PFL schedule, than it would be Joseph Pfeiffer and the elite top 10 in the middleweight division. Folks, listen, with that said, Joseph Pfeiffer is due for shoulder surgery. He's put it off so much through therapy, physical therapy, but I think it's time. And he's 28 years of age. If there's anyone selling here from Philly, it's going to be him. All right? And yeah, that's all she wrote. How that's going to be arranged, it could be as simple as, who knows, a backdoor money deal. That's crazy. I don't think that's how that works. But 1,000%, all that regional scene tape, it's given to a guy like Henry Cejudo. It's given to a guy like Santino DeFranco at Fight Ready. And they prepare Kevin Gastelum to exploit a few holes. All right? I mean, it is what it is. Or Joseph Pfeiffer by submission, and then he'll go get his shoulder surgery and buy him some time, as he is only 28 years of age. So that'll help for sure if this man wants to be competitive and be champion one day. All right, moving on. We're going to Manel Torres, Drew Dober. Listen, there's a trend. The trend goes when the lines are close. Listen, there's a trend, a UFC trend. When the lines are close between a young prospect and a veteran who is over the age, who is over 4, 5, or 6 years of age, past the age of 30. So 34, 35, 36 against a 26, 27, a 28, 29, 30-year-old. The younger fighter wins the fight. There is something about this one in particular where I do not want to ride that trend. So do with this information as you will. Manuel is going to slug this boy Drew Dober. And if Drew Dober wants to fight inside, he's in trouble. Manel Torres will take this fight anywhere it goes. He could drop hammer fists if Drew Dober's attempting a single leg and so on and so forth. I don't like it, but there's something about Drew Dober, man, and his fighting style, his strength, that I think he could get off here on Manel Torres, especially after seeing the fight he had. So there's more tape on Torres now that Drew Dober can study so that he can manipulate Torres into his game. So yeah, if you want a more technical analysis on that, you can write through DM and I'll share my viewpoint, or you can send an email. All right, folks, and we're going to move on to the next one. We're making this video as short as possible. Brandon Moreno, Steve Erceg. Listen, this boy, Steve Erceg, I guarantee you this is what the UFC said. The UFC said, we're going to give you the top 5. They told his management team, we're giving you the top 5. We seen you fight Cody Haddon. Cody Haddon is a bantamweight. You're here at flyweight. You are the size of a featherweight. And we understand you can't cut it because of two things, okay? Your speed slows down as you gain more weight, and you also lack the cardio. And how do I know this, folks? Because I seen his fight with Cody Haddon. Okay, so Steve Erceg as a flyweight, you are out of your damn mind. Out of your damn mind. And he knows it too. So he'll make a career fighting these top guys, okay, like Kai Kara-France, like Brandon Moreno, and calling it a day, folks. That's it. All right, Alexander Pantoja, and calling it a day. That's incredible, remarkable. Brother, you lost to the best in the game. You lost to champions. But there's no way this man is beating Brandon Moreno. Absolutely not. Now, when we talk about the money, when we talk about the betting splits, the casinos, their books are balanced. They've made so much money in the last 60 days through the UFC London cards, UFC 311, that they can afford the Mexicans betting Brandon Moreno on the money line. You heard it here first. Visit us at ProSchmoBets.com.